How long will it take you to actually feel comfortable in your own skin? I wasted 5 years, okay, following bad advice. But that doesn't have to be your story, okay? Because I've learned from my mistakes. I've lost well over 50 pounds and I'm helping other people do the same. So this is everything that I wish that I knew so you can start loving your body way quicker than I did. And the best part is we're just going to do it in 9 quick lessons. But first I want to play a game, okay? From these two images on screen, can you guess where I weighed 155 pounds and 165? Well, if you guessed that the image on the left was a 155 pound photo, then you would be correct. The point of this lesson is that we always get told that weighing less is always better, but from looking at the two pictures on screen, you can see that that isn't always the case. So don't get obsessed with your scale weight because it's not all that matters on your weight loss journey. What matters more is that you look healthy and more importantly, you actually feel healthy. But is anybody watching ever been to prison? I know that sounds crazy, okay? But just hear me out. In prison, there's a place called isolation, and that is where they send all of the badly behaved inmates. And they're locked inside 4 walls for a number of months. That is where people go to become insane. And weight loss, at times, it can feel like you're spending a lot of time inside of those 4 walls because you'll feel like you're going crazy. You'll see people less. You will not go out as much. You'll be a hermit in your own house and in your own room. People are going to think that you're weird. You are going to think that you're weird. But understand and realize that this is just a necessary part of the process, and anybody who's had a successful transformation has gone through the very same thing that you're experiencing right now. So you're not weird, you're not a freak, it is completely normal. Sometimes you have to go through these periods in life, okay, because we need to sacrifice things. So while you're in this period, just enjoy some time with yourself. That didn't come out right. Don't do that. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to judge you. Want to do it, then do it. But take this time to really learn about yourself. I promise you, if you can embrace this small period of loneliness, if you will, you'll come out the other side a much better person, physically and mentally. Don't enjoy too much time by yourself, all right? You gotta go outside. You gotta touch some grass. And of course, if you're finding this helpful, you can get more insights like this for 2 weeks straight for completely free every single day that are gonna help you drop your first 2 pounds or more. So if you find that useful, the link is gonna be in the pinned comment. But before we move on, I want to introduce you to 2 people, okay? And that's Patrick and Dave. Patrick and Dave are workmates. And at work, they decide that they're gonna embark on a 30-day weight loss challenge to try and lose 15 pounds. And there was $100 on the line. Later that night, Patrick and Dave spent hours on social media consuming all of the relevant information that they need to know to win the challenge. But with both of them concluding their research later that night, Patrick and Dave's heads hit the pillow, getting ready for day 1 of the challenge starting tomorrow. We will get back to Patrick and Dave, okay? But really quickly, lesson number 4. Any method that is going to provide you with quick results are also going to come with results that don't last very long, okay? Whether that's water fasting, whether that's adding apple cider vinegar into your coffee or whatever shit people tell you online, okay? Water fasting. I tried a water fast a couple of years ago and I promise you, hand on heart, I almost fainted. I almost had to be taken to the hospital. So the lesson here, if you are pursuing short-term solutions, then expect short-term results. But if you are a person who still just wants to fast-track their results, then you can come and join our community course. That is literally as close as you're going to get to somebody basically doing your weight loss transformation for you. And if you do join now, you'll get access to a ton of diet and workout plans that I was using with my private clients a couple of months back. So if you are somebody who's going to find that kind of helpful, I guess, then you can check out the link in the pinned comment. Okay, but wouldn't you like to know one tip that would allow you to eat out every single day of your weight loss transformation and still lose weight? If the answer is yes, then I need you to go and grab your best friend, okay? Google. Listen, people, I create content for a living. Do you see any friends? Jokes aside, if there is a day that you want to eat out or you get invited out somewhere, this is how you can eat pretty much whatever you want and still stay on plan. The place that you are going to, you are going to research the restaurant and look at the calories and you're going to pre-plan for that meal. So maybe you do a little bit more cardio, not a ton, just a little bit. Maybe you eat a little bit less during the day so you can save up some calories for that meal where you go out. Now that's great, but what happens if there are no calories on the menu, which somehow, some way, that is still a thing that happens, apparently. Well, then we're just going to overshoot, okay? Even though you might be off, it is better to overestimate the calories on the menu because you can be sure that you're not under track. Now, one way that you can stay on track regardless of the calories on the menu is by following my 1 golden rule for eating out. And that's that we just focus on 1 large protein and some veggies. And if you have some carbs like chips or fries, either just like don't have them or just share them with somebody. And in general, just pick less fattier options because that is going to help you cut down on the calories, whether that's like a salad dressing or stuff like that. Now, this one here was really helpful for me because I was a person who was petrified of going out. I would turn down so many social events. I would make up so many excuses just because I was so terrified and so fearful of going out to eat, okay? Just because you're going out to eat, that doesn't mean that you can't not stay on plan. I think that made sense. So the lesson here, you can still eat out and lose weight. But I think it's about time that we checked up on Patrick and Dave from the story earlier. Believe it or not, Patrick and Dave have actually reached the end of their 30-day challenge. I know, in the space of like 2 minutes. You see, something really strange has happened. Both Patrick and Dave have lost 15 pounds. This means that there is no definitive winner of this challenge. So neither of them walk away with a prize draw of $100. But here's the thing, Dave really won the challenge. Now you're probably thinking, how is that? Because they lost the same amount of weight. It was a clear draw. That is where you're wrong. You see, Patrick and Dave's experiences of losing 15 pounds was drastically different, because when Patrick was scrolling looking at information on his phone, he just focused on a calorie deficit, and he decided to fill that calorie deficit with pizza, chocolate, chips, and the occasional protein shake if he could find one. Dave, on the other hand, focused on eating nutrient dense foods that are going to keep him full, foods that keep him fueled, and foods that reduce the likelihood of him craving or binging on junk. If you still don't understand what I'm saying, then just listen here. Patrick suffered more than Dave for no extra gain. He was hungrier, he felt tired, he was craving 24/7, and he didn't get anything extra out of it. So there's no extra brownie points for unnecessary struggle. But the lesson here is that not every calorie deficit is created equal. Yes, both of them lost 15 pounds, but the experience was way easier for Dave. Why? Because he optimized his calorie deficit. So make sure that you're picking nutrient dense foods with a little bit of treat here and there, obviously, because we're not like robots, right? But just make sure that you're eating food that makes it easier to stick to your calorie deficit, and you will not go far wrong. How about we do some quick fire lessons, all right? Meal prepping. This is gonna make your weight loss journey 10 times easier, okay? Number one, because you have all of the food that you need to stay on track widely available to you. And number two, it helps remove excuses, because yet again, everything that you need is right in front of you. So to not eat it would be a waste of food and a really bad idea for your weight loss. So moving on, do you want to look like a sloth? If the answer is no, then you, my friend, need to get to the gym. We need to go to the gym and we need to lift weights so we can maintain the muscle that we have. If you don't do this, then you will end up looking like a sloth, something akin to Sid from the Ice Age. But here's the best part. If you're starting out, you can just go to the gym for 3 days in the week. That is all you need to do if you're just starting out, okay? Just do push, pull, and legs. The reason we do 3 days a week is because I don't want you creating commitments for yourself that you can't stick to. Otherwise, what's the point? But that's not all, because lesson number 9 is going to tie everything together. And that's that we need to be protecting the muscle that we already have. And to do that, we need to be eating enough protein. Again, how much? How much protein? Well, I'll tell you, 1 gram per pound of your body weight. If you're 200 pounds, that is 200 grams of protein. But you can go a little bit under if you want. But don't ignore it too much, because for some strange reason, I thought that I could just ignore protein. And the price that I paid for that was becoming skinny fat. Now, as you can probably tell, I have made every mistake when it comes to losing weight. But if you do want to make yourself aware of the harsh truths that are going to put you ahead of the majority of people trying to lose weight right now, I would watch this.